welcome to Billy's Craft Room. In today's film I'm going to show you how to add dimension to your die cuts. For this project you'll need a foam mat, an embossing tool and some scissors. Cut a few die cut shapes using your favourite machine, and if you want to colour your project, do so before you move on to this next step. You might recognise this bird from my previous video, how to colour your die cut shapes. Please refer back to that film to find out how to colour your die cuts. To add dimension to the bird, I'm going to roll it around the embossing tool. This adds a gentle curve and will add dimension to it. When you first try this technique, it's a good idea to use broader die cuts, which will be much easier to shape than the more intricate ones. You can also bend the die cut in your hand once you've got the curve started. When you're happy with the shape of the bird, move on to the branch. Be very careful when you're using this technique on the finer, more delicate die cuts, as they're more prone to tearing. Support the die cut as much as possible. To attach the bird to your chosen project, use a dimensional glue such as silicone glue or pin flare glue or foam pads. You can also add dimension to your lettering using an embossing tool. I'm working on a piece of dense foam. You could also use the back of a mouse mat or something similar. For an embossed or raised effect, you need to work on the back of the letter, or for a pressed in look or debossed effect, you need to work on the front. I'm going for embossed, so I'm working on the back of the letter. Taking a generous sized ball tool, embossing tool, trace a single line along the centre of your letter. As before, when you first start, if you choose a generous font, something with a much broader letter, it's going to be easier while you learn the technique. This one's quite intricate, so notice I'm supporting the die cut to reduce the risk of it tearing. You don't need to press too firmly. Start off light and increase the pressure once the paper starts to curve. Continue in this way around all of the lettering. I hope you can see the raised effect on this one here. Once you've got the embossing how you like it, you can also add a curve to the lettering by rolling the letters around the handle of the embossing tool, like I did with the bird. Again, be very gentle when you do this, particularly with an intricate die cut like this one. I'm reinforcing the line just here because I want that letter to come more forward at that point. Then repeat the curve on the other letter. Continue until you have an effect that you like. And here's the finished result. The best glue to attach this to your project would be a dimensional glue such as the silicone or the pin flare glue. For my last project today, I'm going to be using this flower. I've embossed around each of the petals using the embossing tool. Turn it over, and in the centre I've embossed around here. To encourage the curve, press in the centre of the flower like this. Encourage the petals to curve by curling their ends over the embossing tool like this. If you'd like to add even more curve to your design, but can't because the petals are joined as they are in this die cut, simply use scissors to cut down very carefully in between the petals. Do this all the way around the die cut. Once the petals have been separated in this way, once again curl them over an embossing tool to encourage the paper to curl. Once you've started the curl, you can increase it by pressing on it using your fingers like this. Snip off any stray pieces you might have left behind. And continue to shape the petals until you have an effect that you like. Here's a closer look at the finished results. I hope you give these techniques a try and have more fun with your die cuts. Hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions, do leave me a comment. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye bye. For more inspiration, please visit the blog on www.billiescraftroom.co.uk.